welcome to Hardway Learning. Today we are doing a new front and rear end link.
So we heard them plunking on the front of the car.
We're getting passed by the sheriff.
For those invested in the RS3, it's actually being worked on now. If you haven't seen it, we have video showing that it is no longer running correctly. They have 100% leak on cylinders 1 and 2, and I believe some leak on the rest of the cylinders as well. So TBD, they're probably pulling the head as we speak right now while you're watching this, so we'll keep you posted. Hello and welcome to Hardway Learning. Today we are working on the RS3. We've got fresh front and rear Swaybar end links from Superpro and larger rear Swaybar. It's a 25mm Swaybar from H&R.
Comes with bushings. The rear Swaybar end links from Superpro are fixed and the fronts are adjustable. They're both for the MQB platform. So Golf R, A3, S3, RS3, TTRS, etc. And then the rear Swaybar is specific to the TTRS and the RS3. It's not shared with any of the other MQB cars. Yeah, the 8V and 8S.
So without further ado, we're gonna tackle the rear end link and Swaybar job here.
We're just taking a quick look under the car. Stock bar, stock end links are inside of where the spring mounts on the rear arm. We're just looking at what tools we're gonna need. So the front of the bushing mount here, or what's holding the bushings for the Swaybar, is a triple square 10mm. And then, so the end links have a bolt and then the nut that are the same size over here, and they're 13mm. So we're gonna have a 13mm wrench on one side and then our 13mm ratchet on the other.
If you're in the market for these parts, you can go to A2Bmotorsport.com. They're based out of New Jersey. Our boy MQB Chronicles on Instagram hooked us up with these parts.
He's also got his cool own little RS3.
He's got his own RS3. Follow him on Instagram. He's got cute photos of his car all the time.
Last thing in terms of having the right sizes, the nut for the top of the end link that's mounting to the bar is a 16mm. So we had to grab that as well. Please don't slip. Hey, that's pretty easy.
So that's a 10mm triple square. You probably want to get a shallower one that maybe goes on a 3/8 inch drive. But right now we're just using a, what is that, a 13mm?
Yeah, for this specific set of triple squares, it's a 13mm.
Yeah, so it's a little kludgy, word of the day.
The fit is pretty tight with the rear drive shaft. Fucking bust our knuckles open. There's not a whole lot of pressure on these bolts. Oh my god, how does my hand hurt already?
Let's get that, and let's get the lower, the end link connection to the arm, which is two 13mm bolts, a bolt and a nut, as Dan calls them.
Am I going the right way?
Nope.
Oh wow, that's f***ing stupid of me. Comedy High Honk 2. Did you watch the latest Lady Minnesota? Somebody, or Ellie, says there's gonna be a lot of clown horns
Comedy
in this.
High Horn Honk.
Cass straight up said the file name. H&R's instructions say to be sure to keep your factory hardware, because it looks like, and we haven't opened the Swaybar kits yet, but make sure to retain your factory hardware. Don't drop it down the grates for your garage or anything.
Locate or what?
I mean, prefer not to find out. Is there anything tensioned here that's gonna all of a sudden pop?
Well,
I can't tell.
2 hours later.
This is a long ass bolt. I don't know.
precision engineering right there.
Clonk. I don't know. It seems pretty.
Is it free? Yeah, she free. By the way, if you want any parts, go to A2B Motorsports. A, number 2, B, Motorsport. Put that thing in sport.com. Or hit up MQB_Chronicles on Instagram. Slide into those DMs for them sweet, sweet VW Audi parts. Did we get these 034 inserts from A to B Motorsports as well? A to B Motorsport. But I'm betting that if you wanted to get those, you could go to a2b.com or hit up MQB_Chronicles.
On Instagram.
On Instagram, link in description. Okay, how do we get this end link up?
No.
They're like wedged into the arm. It feels like there's a rock underneath my head. Yeah, it's just wedged into the arm, so I think if we...
I feel like you're doing that.
Well, I don't have a lot of room.
Stop. No. Use the metal bar part for prying.
Oh, hello, sir. Hello. That's not moving. What's going on? What are we stuck on? Maybe we do need to remove the upper link. And that's a 16 or... Mine's kind of wedged weird over here now.
Mine is too. So we did the other side, and I don't really know if this is the prescribed method, but just kind of got a pry bar in there and started. I don't know if this is the right way. There's probably a VW tech somewhere crying. There it went. Would it be helpful to try and get this one off?
Perhaps.
So let's start there. I just got enough wiggle room to be able to get in between the bushing.
Sometimes you just gotta pry.
Are we out of the woods yet? Are we out of the woods yet? Are we?
Stop it. Never again.
Are we out of the woods?
I am upset. I am upsetty spaghetti.
Ew. That's more grosser.
How are you not off yet?
Some of us just aren't as good as ramming, aren't as, yep, because it wants to come from this side now, Dan. Literally, if we took it, we'd be done by now.
Well, we should take the exhaust off then, don't you think? We're loosening these clamps between the mid pipe and the exhaust. We're gonna friggin' try and slide the rear exhaust, and then just hopefully be able to drop it down enough that we can get the bar out, because we're struggling to get the bar out as is. And these are pretty small movements here.
Oh god, dude, you're so freaking needy all the
Oh, I
time.
can't get this one otherwise, so I don't know where those are, but you have experience taking this off and I do not, so.
And the valves need to be disconnected.
Towards me?
So disconnect this. There's a little clip for this guy. This guy clips onto the exhaust bracket thing and then plugs in to the valve that's above here. Disconnect this. Undo that 13mm bolt on the hanger. Do the same on the other side. And there's one more hanger in the middle. It's also a lesson in drag racing prep.
Come on, this bolt. Did you loosen the bolt all the way? Or
Not
take
yet.
the bolt out?
Not yet.
On extension. Okay, the front one's out. We should be able to loosen the back too. I don't like whatever it is.
You disconnected the flap over there, or is there only one flap?
It's over by you.
Okay. Walk it forward, I guess. Set this down quick. Bar
Out of the way.
is out.
Okay. Okay. We are sans exhaust.
Alright, so we lined up the new bushings.
Look where the existing ones are.
The existing bushings are. We just wanted to compare the OEM Endlinks and Swaybar to the new ones. The Superpro Endlinks are slightly longer than the OEM ones. We're not really sure why, but we've heard that this combination works well. The bushing is a lot bigger. Less movement, hopefully it's a little more rigid. Thicker Swaybar should increase steering, less push.
Yeah.
When you go stiffer rear, that should add steering and let the rear come around a little bit more freely.
The bolts included with the Superpro Endlinks or the nuts rather, are a 17 millimeter. The factory ones are 16 millimeter. So that's the hardware included with the rear Swaybar Endlinks. And then there's no hardware included with the H&R bar. So you have to reuse.
Fresh bushing though. Fresh bushing, but the bracket is still the OEM one.
What are you doing, Kyle?
Installing this H&R Swaybar onto this Audi 8V RS3. Is that one literally it's in the hole already?
If I put a bolt through it, it'd go all the way through.
Really? Well, what the hell am I doing over here?
I don't know.
Alright, let's get the bolts for this. Can I get the pry bar just to straighten this out a little?
No, you little.
You want to hold the sway bar up for me?
No. Are you saying we should put the bushings on first?
There we go.
I have a nut in my hand here. That was like the painting of the two fingers touching each other.
So once you get all the bolts sort of not snugged yet, but just in line, you want to center the bar so that it doesn't rub on the drive shaft. Make sure it's centered also, just suspension wise. It'll work more evenly then. So, go back on, look at it, and say, Alex, I still think it needs to go your way more. Alright, so this top one was an 18, and same with the bottom one. Dan's almost got this link off, and I haven't even recorded any of it.
Whose fault is that?
Yours. So once you've got your end link off, what you want to do is take your OEM end link and take your new Superpro end link and make it the same length to start, and then from there you have adjustability to either add or subtract how much preload is on your sway bar. So what we've done is basically made them the same length as the OEM end link, and then we want to match them up, get rid of that garbage, and match these guys up so that they are equal lengths left to right. And then when you are doing the driver's side, you add this extender because it has to do a little reach around on the strut, I believe. This guy right here, see that? As always, thanks for watching. And stay tuned for more RS3 and Miata content because that's what we do. Right, Dan?
Yeah.
Someone that is smarter than us can maybe comment on this, but we didn't end up using this spacer because it looked like it's going to clear the drive shaft just fine. Let us know if we're doing dumb things that we shouldn't be doing.
Maybe it's for another car on the MQB platform that's different in terms of arms and stuff, because it's supposed to be for clearancing the drive shaft. Plenty of clearance already, but I'm imagining the sway bars on this car may be different than a base model Golf or something.
So once you get those in, make sure you tighten down the lock washers on the, and note that one side is reverse threaded because that's how you adjust it. Otherwise you would only slide the bar up and down, you wouldn't lengthen or shorten the whole arm.